Well, hello there and welcome to another reading from The Secret Language of Birthdays by Gary Goldschneider and you Stelfers for August 17th, the day of explosive power. That's right. And here we have us an image or a visual representation of your day of power, explosive power, of a bombard cannon shooting at a pineapple. That's right. Or is the pineapple going into the bombard cannon, for lack of evidence of all that powder? The power to eat away at the inside of your mouth from all that bromelain. Ostensibly. All right. Hey, is it August 17th and it's your birthday today? Well, if it is, I just want to extend you a heartfelt and powerful happy birthday. That's right. An explosive happy birthday. And if you're finding this video sometime after your birthday has already come and gone, well, I hope you had an explosively powerful happy birthday. All right, for everyone else who's just joining us randomly, hey, you're important too, all right? But I just want to say hello, welcome, and I hope you enjoy yourself. All right, hey, before we get started with a proper read of the birthday, let's roll some dice. That's right, this is the DykASSt, a birthday cast, so we got to live up to the namesake. But more importantly, why do we do it? For synchronicity's sake, that's why. Ooh, we rolled us a 1 and a 3 for a 4. Not exactly a 17, but you can't do that with 2 6-sided dice now, can you? But a 1 and a 3 for a 4, either way. Hey, so what's synchronicity? Some of you might be wondering. Well, it's just you opening yourself up to the universe, showing you your path, and showing you that it is there with you. So you just set out into the world, or maybe you just stay home, but you look for those numbers, all right? And it's just to show you that things are coming together, all right? Maybe you go outside and you see you a poster with the number 4 on it as you're on your travels. Hey, it's just letting you know you're on the path. Or maybe you follow somebody with a hockey jersey and a number 4 on it, 4 minutes per se, or maybe 31 because that's a 1 and a 3. And then you just start seeing things as you follow them, right? Maybe you don't be so creepy and you just do it for about 4 minutes. And then maybe you see another sign. Maybe a bus passes by, the number 4 bus. Maybe you get on. I like to use the bus analogy a lot. But in any event, it's just you looking for the signs, for those numbers. And sometimes it'll take you places. Nothing, crazy or extravagant happens. But maybe you find something you were looking for. Something that was troubling you a little bit. Like a book that you was looking for but could never find. It's just little things like that. So that's synchronicity. So get out there and find your 1, your 3, 4, 4. All right, hey, let's dive in to the birthday read here. Your month is August. Your day, if you didn't know, is the 17th. And your sign is 23 to 25 degrees Leo, of the Leo 3 period specifically. And your quality and element is fixed fire. All right, August 17th. The day of explosive power. Those born on August 17th are powerful and explosive individuals. They have the high voltage of those born on the previous day, with whom they have much in common. But unlike the latter, they are very taken up with running the show. Their drive to rule has the underpinnings of a well-established earthiness, which grounds their dynamic energies. Most August 17 people, men and women, are dominating authoritarians at heart, who do not brook any challenge to their right to rule, whether acting as parents, teachers, military people, or even friends. Indeed, those born on this day often run into trouble when their controlling nature becomes too hard for others to handle. Paradoxically, August 17 people can display a very quiet and even solitary temperament and a strong desire to protect their private life. Outside their work or social involvements, they would prefer to be left alone. And though very outgoing at times, perhaps the life of the party, they are hardly wanton exhibitionists, preferring not to waste their energies in grand displays. And those born on this day carry a certain refinement and charm with them, but can also be forbidding enough to keep admirers at arm's length. One of the greatest challenges to August 17 people is to control their argumentative side, along with a tendency to be alternately antagonistic or defensive. If allowing free rein, such urges can create serious difficulties for them, not only making enemies, but also alienating friends and family. And those who love and understand August 17 people will try to cope with this untamed energy and readily forgive explosive words and actions. But there reaches a point where those born on this day may push the tolerance of others too far. Psychologically, many August 17 people exhibit such behavior because of hidden insecurities and repressed inferiority feelings carried over from childhood. And typically, they have experienced serious problems with one of their parents, often of the same sex, whom they alternately hated and adored. In addition, they may not have taken the pains to really know themselves, and thus, when encountering misfortune, may brood or grow frustrated rather than learn from the experience. Perhaps psychological counseling can help those born on this day to understand themselves better. Because of their deep natures and their sophisticated thought patterns, these versatile people have a great deal to offer in many areas if they can get a handle on their energies. And though August 17 people rarely act with malicious intent, they can be driven by forces beyond their control. Forces often kept bottled up inside. Various forms of mental discipline can help them manage these hurricane energies, and i.e., learning to monitor early warning signs and calm the winds before the storm develops. Well, all right, that is quite the dynamic breakdown. So what did I write in the notes about your breakdown? Powerful and explosive individuals. I think I hit the explosive quite a bit already. Boy, you throw in erratic, and, you might think that you were ruled by Uranus. I guess you'll just have to stick around to find out. So, the high voltage from the past few days carries on with you as well. That's very interesting, as the book has yet to specifically mention such dynamics, even though a few times it seems rather apparent. So you may find something of note or interest in the birthday reads from both the 15th and the 16th, if you're interested. They're both very interesting days. But back to you, all right? You are focused with running the show instead of being the sexually expressive August 16 center of it. And you don't brook no truck when it comes to challenges of your authority. See, I like that. At least the use of brook, the word brook, as I prefer empathetically by example leaders. But here nor there, just pay you mind there, authoritarians. You rule with a firm, uncompromising, earth-rooted hand, and with a certain refinement and charm, which is cool. Let's see, although a through line from the past few days also. Of additional note, I think it's a real talent to be an outgoing, life of the party type, but not focused on it for its own sake. I think that's pretty cool. People pay high dollar to cultivate that ability, and the book says that you simply use it as a tool, all right? At least it would seem. That said, be mindful of these traits, as they mentioned. As the book relates, you can alienate and make enemies, all right? And frankly speaking, in my mind, people will get sick of being commanded. So use that sparingly. And also make efforts to tame your energy if that's something you want to rectify at some point. All right? And you might be able to attract flies with your charm, but you can't catch them if you smash them with that firm, earthy hand. Now, can you? But I'd agree you have a lot to offer, all right? So try cultivating your skills in a positive way, if you don't already, and if you even have the desire, because you might find a more rewarding joy. I wrote that real tiny so I couldn't read it. You might find you a more rewarding joy. All right, let's dive in with your numbers and your planets. All right, hey. Those born on the 17th of the month are ruled by the number 8, as 1 plus 7 equals 8. And by the planet Saturn. No Uranus today. You're ruled by the planet Saturn. Saturn carries a serious aspect, which tends to make August 17 people severe with themselves and others. The combined influence of the Sun, which is the ruler of Leo, and Saturn may indicate an ultra responsible personality, but also prone to discouragement. The number 8 carries a conflict between the material and the spiritual worlds, and those ruled by the number 8 are often lonely and tend to indulge themselves. All right, just focus on the word 10. That doesn't necessarily mean that's the case with you. All right, hey, what did I have to say about your numbers and your planets here? The number 8 in Saturn, not Uranus. All right. Severe with yourself and with others. Also prone to discouragement, lonely, indulgent with themselves, and carrying a conflict between material and the spiritual worlds. And not considering how the sun rulership seemingly dictates an influential, eclectic dynamic, it might behoove of you to ingratiate the idea of self-introspection and analysis, maybe more than any other sign that I've read this far. So take heed. That sun has got a certain kind of power that affects you guys differently. That's the common denominator I've drilled down on anyhow. So take it for what it's worth. You Leos are dynamos. Believe me, from what I've read, that is true. But knowing how much of a disconnect I have between the material and the spiritual myself, it might be even harder for you. So be mindful of that as well. Just do the work if that's something you're interested in. I'd argue people of your ilk are sorely needed these days, okay? But we want you at your best. So make sure you do the work and get yourself into tip-top fighting shape, all that good stuff. You don't want to be alienating people left and right, just the few that, need alienated. That's right. Okay. Hey, let's dive in to your tarot. The more eclectic of the metaphysical ideologies by my mind, but it's here in the book. It's fun, it's free, it's interesting to some. So let's see what it has to say. 17th card of the major arcana is the Star, which shows a beautiful naked girl under the stars pouring refreshing water on the parched earth with one pitcher and reviving the stagnant water of a pond with another. She represents the glories of the earthly life, but also material enslavement to it. The stars above her are an eternal reminder of the presence of the spiritual world, and thus August 17th people are remembered never to forget about higher goals in life. All right, what I have to say about your tarot there. The Star, that's right. Find yourself a way to revive the stagnant waters and refresh the parched earth. You already have the intrinsic tools. So many folks pay money to try and fabricate for their own toolbox. And the world needs those who not only have said tools, but know how to use them. But be humble about your skills, all right? Nobody wants to hire the jerk plumber, in which case you might be out of work if that's the case. So, except for clearing out crap-filled pipes and toilets, which they might save for you specifically. So, metaphorically speaking there. The plumber metaphor. So take care of yourself if you can. Not to drill down on it, but they made me think of it. So, hey, let's dive in with your health. All right, your health. The greatest health danger for August 17th people is illness brought on by suppressed aggression. If those born in this day allow problems to eat away at them and express such worries only in fits of temper, they will be at risk for ulcerative stomach and intestinal concerns, hypertension, and malignancies of all kinds. So there's something about them saying that kind of hate just breeds the cancer, I'm assuming. Encouraging their social nature, working and living in an energetic, free-flowing fashion will do wonders for their health. And all endeavors which open them up to the world are recommended. Group exercise, meals, and social activities of all sorts. All forms of depression, which is often anger-driven inside, should be attended to as quickly as possible. All right. What do I have to say about your health? Illness brought on by suppressed anger. Ooh. Geez, I hope it's not that big of a problem. All right. But here we go. Open yourself up to the world for that free flowing energy. All right. Don't add poison to your own waters when you could be otherwise keeping them refreshed. Right. Okay. Bring that inner lion to bear, even when it's down in the doldrums. That's right. The depression there. All right. Hey, let's move on to some advice. Moderate your intensity when appropriate. Use downtime to examine your motivations, get to know yourself better, all right? Observe your daily life and learn to recognize the early warning signs of a destructive temperament. Try to keep things light. Okay, we keep drilling down on it, but let's get to it once again. Once again, they keep drilling down on examining yourself. So there might just be something to that, all right? Even though it's rather clear, blue easy thing to say to anyone, right? Even though it's a rather clear, blue easy thing to say to anybody. All right, that said, doesn't mean it's bad advice. Just cliche, all right? So, hey, drill down on taking care of yourself. Okay, hey, let's dive in to your meditation. Let's just take things down a skosh, all right? Are you ready? Touching the nose means no. Touching the nose means no. That's for you to meditate on. All right, it is your birthday. Touching the nose means no. There's no exclamation point or any punctuation for that matter, but you can put some in there if you like. All right, hey, let's move on to your strengths and your weaknesses. Your strengths. You're versatile, you're forceful, and you're earthy. And your weaknesses. Are you ready? All right, your weaknesses. You're tempestuous. I think I'm saying that right. Tempestuous, perhaps. Tempestuous, maybe. Tempestuous. There it is. There. Hooked on phonics worked for me finally. All right. Antagonistic, number 2. And the last one, aloof. When I read this, I was like, how does that factor in? Because I was thinking aloof meant like, he's out to lunch. You know, most people walking down the street looking for their daily numbers, right? You don't know what's going on around them. But I went and looked it up just for sake of clarity there. And it means not friendly or forthcoming, cool and distant. Oh, that does now seem to apply when you understand what the word means, which I'm sure you did just because you're smarter than I am. But anyway, aloof. So, hey, take those for what they're worth. Versatile, forceful, earthy strengths and weaknesses. I already forgot how to say it. Tempestuous, antagonistic, and aloof. All right, hey, let's dive into those born on this day so we know who keeps your company. And a lot of times I meet a lot of folks, talk to them about what they do, and if they're happy with what they do, and they just haven't found their passion or their drive, the thing they get excited about to get out of bed in the morning for, because a lot of times they're just punching a clock. So I figured this is the perfect opportunity, not only to see what lottery you drew with the folks you share a birthday with, but to see how they took advantage of their passions and see what they did with their lives. And sometimes we can just frame all this stuff around certain pop culture icons. And let's get into it. Those born on this day. Oh, we're starting off strong and explosive with Davy Crockett, the frontiersman scout, U.S. congressman, and he died at the Alamo. We have Robert De Niro, the film actor and a painter, apparently. We have Mae West, a sex symbol, film actress, and lived to age 88. We also have Sean Penn, another film actor, was the Hollywood bad boy, apparently. We have Samuel Goldwyn, film producer and studio owner. Mikhail Botvinnik was a Russian world chess champion, only grandmaster to hold the title 3 times. We have Larry Rivers, the New York painter and assembly artist. We have Nelson Piquet, I'm thinking I'm probably saying that wrong. Brazilian auto racer, 3-time Formula One world champion. We have Ted Hughes, who was a British poet laureate. Jim Courier, tennis player, Australian, 2-time French Open winner. We have Morris Peckham, a literary social critic and theorist, and he wrote or is responsible for Man's Rage for Chaos. We also have V.S. Naipaul, was a Trinidadian novelist and of a bend in the river. We also have Robin Cousins, a British gold medal winning figure skater. Maureen O'Hara, a film actress. Francis Gary Powers, a U-2 pilot, shot down over Russia, tried as a spy, sentenced to 10 years, in exchange for a Russian KGB colonel. We have George Duvier, was a jazz bassist, composer, and arranger. We have Guillermo Villas, a U.S. French Open winning tennis champion. Boy, a lot of tennis players today. General Ibrahim Babangida was a Nigerian dictator. We also have John Whitney, an heir and co-produce, Gone with the Wind. And we have, finally, Tom Courtney, U.S. Olympic 800-meter gold medalist. So play you some tennis, act in some films, and play some jazz and go swimming. That's what I'm getting at there. All right, hey. Your season of summer, your sign once again is Leo, of the Leo 3 period specifically, and your quality and element is fixed fire. And this has been August 17th. The day of explosive power. Drill down on it again. From the secret language of birthdays there. Hopefully I didn't blow out the microphone on you. I have an affiliate link for this book down in the description if you're interested in picking up your own copy and diving in further, or just putting out a really great book on your coffee table for all that company you do or don't have. It's a great icebreaker. That's what I'm talking about there. So pick you up a copy and support the channel at the same time. In any event, otherwise, all I've got to say here, have you a happy birthday, all right? Happy birthday. And for everyone else who joined us randomly or out of curiosity, I hope you enjoyed yourselves and you join us for your birthday reading. And now don't you forget your daily numbers. Get out there, 1 and a 3 for a 4, or go grab you your own dice and put your own intention on it. That's right, but I did it for you in case you're curious there. 1 and 3 for 4. Now, happy birthday.